New at 10, the Canadian border is open to travelers, but if you're looking to catch the train up north, you're out of luck.
In fact, you may be waiting until late 2022. Fox 13's Matthew Smith is at King Street Station in Seattle. Matt, some frustration behind this prolonged pause. There was an assumption trains would be back up and running by now, so what happened?
Basically, Amtrak is saying that they're understaffed. We even saw Congressman Larson in the North Sound get involved in it this weekend. He was tweeting out that he was frustrated by this situation, saying that Amtrak was short-sighted with this plan, noting that the bipartisan infrastructure deal actually set aside a lot of money for passenger rail. But the bottom line is it looks like late 2022 until these trains are up and running, because right now Amtrak is understaffed.
Get my steps and workout in this way.
In between loading bags onto this Cantrail bus, the driver tells me his trips have been packed this weekend. Without train service, this is the only alternative at King Street Station to get to Canada. The board is noticeably light. In March of 2020, COVID shut down passenger service to Canada, and it hasn't resumed since.
The trains were pretty full.
Mike Britch was able to catch a train, but that wasn't until he got here. That's the option, swapping from bus to train. Asked if he'd rather take that straight shot.
Probably on the next trip, if it's back, of course.
This week, Washington and Oregon announced that Amtrak blamed the slowdown to reopen on staffing shortages. They also said they're urging Amtrak to, quote, at least begin offering service a few days a week on an interim basis.
Okay, folks, arrive CAN app with the QR code receipt number.
In the meantime, bus service has its limits. 4 buses cross the border per day, and 1 extra one will run for a few North Sound stops.
Now I don't have cars.
For those without cars, like Angelique Hotenboer, buses offer at least some connection.
Second time the round trip. That's basically 3 hours, max 4. Depends on how busy they are at the border.
Just to give you an idea of how much traffic these trains typically would have been getting, despite being closed down, that route from Seattle to Vancouver, BC for 9+ months in 2020 still accounted for 10% of the Amtrak Cascade routes traffic. In other words, in just about 2.5 months, 10% of the traffic was boarding right here or getting off right here. They haven't had that service now for 2 years, and it looks like we could be waiting for another half a year until the trains are running again. We're live in Seattle. Matthew Smith, Fox 13 News.